Most people go through life on repeat, waking up, doing the same things, making the same mistakes, and somehow expecting different results. But there's one small habit that separates people who stay stuck from those who actually move forward. And the crazy part? It only takes about 10 minutes a day. Here's the problem. You can be busy all day, checking off tasks, responding to messages, doing what feels productive, and still not get any closer to the life you actually want. Days start to blur together. Weeks pass, then months. And at some point, you realize nothing really changed. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't want more. It's because you're not paying attention. Most people never stop to ask themselves a simple question: is what I'm doing actually working? And that's where this habit comes in. Successful people, whether they're athletes, creators, or business owners, do something most people skip. At the end of each day, they take a few minutes to review what actually happened, not in some complicated, time-consuming way, just a simple, honest check-in. What went well today? What didn't go so well? And what can I do better tomorrow? That's it. It sounds almost too simple, but this is where the shift happens. Because the moment you start reviewing your day, you stop living on autopilot. Think about it. If you never reflect, you repeat. You make the same decisions, fall into the same habits, and wonder why nothing improves. But when you take just a few minutes to look back, you start noticing patterns. You realize where your time actually went. You see the distractions that keep pulling you off track. You catch the small mistakes before they turn into bigger problems. And once you see those patterns, you can change them. That's why this habit works so well. It's not about making huge changes overnight. It's about making small adjustments consistently. One better decision, one less distraction, one improvement at a time. And those small changes, they compound faster than you think. This is something high performers understand deeply. Athletes don't just play the game, they review their performance after. They study what worked, what didn't, and how they can improve. Creators look at their content, figuring out what people connected with and what fell flat. Even top entrepreneurs constantly evaluate their decisions, learning from what went right and what went wrong. What you see as success is usually just the result of hundreds of small corrections made over time. But here's the part most people don't realize. Avoiding reflection feels comfortable because the moment you stop and think about your day, you're forced to be honest with yourself. You notice the time you wasted, the things you avoided, the effort you could have given but didn't. And for a lot of people, it's easier to distract themselves than to face that. Scrolling feels better. Watching something feels easier. Pushing it off until tomorrow feels harmless. But that's exactly how people stay stuck, because without reflection, there's no awareness, and without awareness, nothing changes. On the other hand, when you build this habit, something starts to shift. You become more intentional. You stop reacting to your day and start learning from it. You begin to catch yourself in the moment before you waste time, before you procrastinate, before you repeat the same patterns. And that's when real progress starts to happen. It's subtle at first, almost invisible, but over time it builds. You become sharper, more focused, more in control. And the best part, it doesn't require hours of effort or some complicated system. You can start today. Tonight, before you go to sleep, take just 10 minutes. No distractions. No overthinking. Just sit down and ask yourself 3 simple questions. What did I do well today? What didn't go as planned? What's one thing I'll do better tomorrow? Keep it honest. Keep it simple. And most importantly, do it again tomorrow. Because this habit only works if it becomes consistent, not perfect, just consistent. If you improve even 1% each day, your life won't look the same in a few months. Not because of one big moment, but because of the small decisions you made every single day. At the end of the day, success isn't about doing everything right. It's about paying attention, adjusting, and moving forward again and again. And sometimes the difference between staying the same and actually changing your life is just 10 minutes of honesty.